This video is about to get very surgical, so stay with me. But y'all know the saying, history repeats itself, right? And that's funny to me because watching that Super Bowl last night, I couldn't help but think about a similar situation that happened with NWA. And the more I thought about the situation that happened with NWA, it made me realize what Kendrick did was the most hip hop thing he could possibly do. And to understand that, we got to take a dive into the past and talk about the situation that happened with NWA. Stay with me. Now, the core of that clip is we do what we want to do and we say what we want to say. These are the prime rules, the core of this hip hop culture. The freedom of the creative expression of our reality and our minds, our environments. This is what we do. This is what hip hop is. Saying what you want to say. And this is what NWA brought to the table. Of course, we had Public Enemy as well, who I think they were more political than an NWA, but it's almost the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Even in different spectrums, it's almost the same thing. It's still rebellion. It's still being raw. It's still showing up authentically as who you are. Well, NWA had this song called F the Police. Now, this is during a time where police brutality was running rampant. You see what I'm saying? So if you black and you live in these communities, of course you feel that way. And it feels great to hear other black people delivering this message as well, right? But then what about the other community that doesn't live this reality? That doesn't know that people are being beaten mercilessly by the police, that they're being treated unfairly? What about that community that isn't aware of that? When they get a hold of this song and they start being inspired to feel the same way about police, now there's a problem. Because now you're disturbing YT America. Now YT America has no choice but to see you, has no choice but to respond, has no choice to acknowledge you. Now, it just so happened that they were about to perform this song at a show, and the police were attempting to intimidate them into not performing the song. Police had an agenda to intimidate NWA's mostly young African-American fans. They were just being bullies. It was a show to the audience that they were in control. On August 6, 1989, many of the 20,000 fans in Detroit started chanting F the police. So NWA called an audible and they played it anyway. So they get about 30 seconds into the song and all of a sudden they hear gunshots. But what many say is they were actually cherry bombs thrown by the police officers in order to create chaos. They then hemmed up NWA and put them in handcuffs. Now that created a special moment in time because it showed the level of rebellion that hip hop was willing to go to, willing to deal with the consequences, to fight for the freedom of your expression and fight for the freedom of telling your story the way you really saw it. Because America was trying so hard, and they still do, to censor black men, to censor black expression, to censor the art form. And now today we know this is one of the greatest moments in hip hop history because once again, it points to the core of what hip hop is. We do what we want to do, we say what we want to say, and we critique you while talking about our real life experiences. Now, fast forward to 2024, Kendrick Lamar drops a diss track called Not Like Us on Drake. It's highly controversial because some of the things that he's saying in the song. And many people started to speculate if he would be able to perform that song at the Super Bowl. And what do you know? Kendrick Lamar ends up going through the same thing that NWA went through. The only difference is it's corporations, businesses, lawsuits instead of the police. And Drake went as far to file a lawsuit against this song. He did everything he could to put pressure on the NFL to not allow Kendrick Lamar do this song when it was the spirit of a battle. And because Drake is not of the culture, he never understood that. Ever since Control, he never understood that competitiveness in hip hop because he's not from this culture. He doesn't understand it. He doesn't get it. And he doesn't understand why suing is not hip hop. But that puts extra pressure on Kendrick Lamar because now it's like, do you perform the song and face legal situations? Or do you not perform the song, keep it safe, you get your performance, you know what I'm saying? You still get the exposure, you still get all these different things. So why perform the song? But Drake wasn't playing, bro. He was filing multiple lawsuits. Like, the dude was doing whatever he could, playing the corporation role. You see what I'm saying? A lot of the corporations that defend him were also aiding him in this situation. There were also a whole bunch of talks on media outlets like, you better not perform the song. People saying if you perform the song, you better not say his name. All these different things. All this pressure to not allow Kendrick Lamar to perform Not Like Us because of what he might face. And what does Kendrick do?
It's a cultural divide. I'ma get it on the floor. You really about to do it? 40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
We'll get to that.
You really about to do it? Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence. Think it on it like that. Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like mustard on a beat, bro.
In that single moment, Kendrick Lamar solidified himself in hip-hop history forever. He already did, but he is added to the list of the individuals who defied the rules, who defied the laws in the name of hip-hop, in the name of the culture, in the name of the freedom of expression of our blackness and what we really experience and what we really go through. And that hadn't been a thing in hip-hop for a long time, bro. Especially this unapologetically. But that's not where it ends. Donald Trump, the president of America, was also in attendance. Kendrick knew this was going to happen. So what do you think Kendrick did? He went and got Samuel Jackson to play Uncle Sam. And we all know what Uncle Sam represents. We all know Uncle Sam represents nationalism, the patriot side of what this looks like. And Samuel Jackson throughout the whole time is trying to minimize Kendrick. This is too ghetto. You got to do your hits, etc. Basically saying you got to play the game. This is in front of the president of the Americas. And it doesn't stop there. Then we got Serena Williams crip walking in front of the whole world. But why is that significant? I don't know if y'all remember this, but this is when Serena Williams had crip walked before, and the media tore her up for doing it. Essentially doing the same thing they did to NWA and the same thing they did to Kendrick. Do not display your blackness in front of this white audience. We don't want you interrupting our situation. So for Serena Williams to get up there and do it in front of the whole world again, it was a big middle finger to that. No, we are going to express our blackness and we're going to do it the way we do it because our experiences are valid and they matter and we really experience them. Just because you don't want them to be real doesn't mean they weren't real. Just because you want them to censor us doesn't mean we gotta censor us. And that's what made it beautiful. Kendrick has been doing this, but he joined the long list of artists like Public Enemy, Tupac Shakur, and the great NWA, especially Ice Cube. And the entire storyboard of Kendrick Lamar's performance was centered around the censorship of black expression in America, even though America needs our authentic black expression in order to survive, in order to thrive, because we decide what's hip in the world. So for Kendrick Lamar to take this moment and create that, he's right. The revolution will be televised this time around. They usually say it won't be televised, but it will be. It will be, because they have no choice now. Kendrick Lamar is the guy. Kendrick Lamar is the market. Kendrick Lamar is the bag. There's nothing you can do. You gotta go behind this guy and he gets to do what he wants in that process. Thank y'all for watching my video. Check out my music on all platforms. I also walk with that integrity as a hip hop artist, and I think y'all really appreciate my art and my music as well. I ain't famous or nothing like that, but I do think that, you know what I'm saying, it ain't always about the numbers. You might like my stuff. Also, if you love songs like Brenda's Got a Baby by Tupac Shakur or Sing About Me by Kendrick Lamar, you're gonna love this. Trust me. Everybody who's checked it out, you go look at the comments, they love it. So give it a shot. Why not? Just give it a chance. Also, you want to see my live reaction to the Super Bowl? People love this for whatever reason. But yeah, check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. I also dropped a thank you letter to Kendrick Lamar for what he's doing for the culture. You want to check that out too. But yeah, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for like, comment, subscribing, and kicking it with me. And let's keep doing it. Let's keep going. Love y'all.